everyone, and welcome back to Different Beat. My name is Elizabeth.
And I'm Tim.
And this week we're going to be covering Turtle Rock's latest release with Evolve. And we covered this game on the PS4.
Indeed.
So let's go ahead and do a little recap. On the lead up to Evolve, well, this review is a long time coming. I did play their previous releases and actually enjoyed them. Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2. So when Evolve originally got announced, I was reasonably excited, though a lot of the DLC practices, like many people, kind of killed that hype. It's the reason why it took us so long to review it, because I just had a really hard time supporting it until, it was reduced in price, just because of how Activision, I think it was Activision, no, it's 2K, sorry, handled the release. But now we have, and we spent some solid amount of time with the game, going through the single player and doing some of the multiplayer content. And it's not what I was hoping it would be going into it.
That's kind of an understatement. So, Evolve, right? So you get in. I mean, I knew this game going in was going to be a multiplayer game. I knew it was more of like the Titanfall formula where any campaign, and I use those air quotes quite severely, was just sort of a added on thing within the multiplayer. It wasn't sort of a standalone single player experience that you could get into, which automatically kind of put me down a little bit, because when I think of a game, I think of a game as a single player experience with multiplayer being a bonus. Mm-hmm. This game didn't have any of that, but knowing that, I still went into it anyway. Gotta say, I mean, we spent some time with it. I am just not a fan of Evolve. I'm really, really not. And I mean, I'll elaborate as to why. First of all, I want to say that game has balancing issues worse than probably anything else I've ever played in recent memory, at least. So, I spent a lot of time in this game. Every time I played a human, I never actually played a monster. I really didn't have an interest in.
You played
in the tutorial, but I mean, like, against other players.
That's true.
So in all of my time actually playing the game Evolved, I was playing as a human. The idea of being a monster didn't really interest me. I was more of wanting to kill the monsters. And wow, no matter what team I got with, no matter what people I played with, no matter what strategy we tried to employ, wrecked every time. I mean, not even close. We couldn't even get close to killing a monster. And it wasn't even like we were playing against one really good dude. I mean, it was the guy's gamer tag or PSN ID was changing. It was a different person. And I don't think in any group I played with did we ever get the monster's life down more than 25%. It just wrecked us all.
There was a couple of games I played where we nearly killed him. I didn't have the balance issue Tim did, but a lot of people I know who really enjoy the game Evolve love it for the monster content. They love to be the monster. And I gotta be honest, when I played as the monster, it was strong, and I could kind of understand the appeal, but it didn't feel right to me. The movement, how it controlled.
I thought the monster felt sluggish. It didn't feel fun to control. I mean, yeah, it was powerful, but it felt, I don't know, it didn't feel good to play it. I mean, at least when you were playing the human, I mean, it controlled something more familiar, like an FPS type thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, the control scheme with how you switch between weapons, I wasn't a fan of, like holding circle to use one weapon, R1 to use another thing, and I wasn't a fan of that control scheme. I'd have rather just been able to, switch through with my shoulder buttons or something like that. I would have had an easier time with that. But that movement as the person was at least familiar. I mean, you had the thrusters, you felt agile, and I mean, I get that. I mean, as the monster, they were trying to balance it with strength over mobility, and as a human, mobility over strength.
Well, and the thing is, I think the monster did have a lot of mobility. It's just, there was something about it I didn't enjoy, and the only class I really got into in my time with it, and I tried all of them a couple times, but I stuck mostly with the Assault class, the main DPS. And weirdly enough, I think my biggest issue was, and this might not even be accurate, just that's how it felt to me. It was like, it didn't move like I expected it to move, like previous playable characters that Turtle Rock has made with Left 4 Dead and everything. I weirdly felt like the character kind of felt like he was in an Unreal game, like Unreal Tournament 2000. Unreal Tournament 3 is what I was mainly thinking of. That's probably not actually the case, but for some reason I did get that vibe when playing it. And I gotta be honest, I hate Unreal, so even if it wasn't like that, the reminder of it, it kind of took me out of it, and just there was nothing about the game that I clicked with. It's like the one overly powerful monster I thought was a downgrade over the 4 special zombies in Left 4 Dead. So that was kind of, disappointing to me. The character classes just weren't fun. And maybe it's because we didn't have a full group of 4 friends who were doing, matchmaking. And
yeah, we may have missed out on the social elements of the game.
Yeah, that could have been a detriment to it, and I'll fully cop that. But my time with it, to be completely honest, and I'm not going to say it's a badly designed game, but just my personal enjoyment, there was none. I didn't.
I will absolutely say it's a bad designed game, and the reason I say this, and I stand completely behind this, is so even in the campaign, which I use that term very loosely, when you are going into the game, you find the monster, there's this brief bit of action, but once you do enough ass whooping, the monster runs away. You then spend the next 5 to 10 minutes doing the most boring, uneventful, footstep following hunting sequence. That's supposed to be you tracking the monster. It is a joke. It lasts way too long. It's completely boring. There's nothing to occupy you. And then it's not even like there's no climax and dip. It is just find monster, fight. It runs away. Completely boring gameplay until you find it again and it whips your ass in 36 seconds. And it's like, it wasn't even worth the time. It's like when you fight the monster the first few seconds before it runs away, that's it. You may as well have said you've had all the fun you're going to have in that mission, because the next 5 minutes is where are those footprints? There's the footprints, follow the footprints. Oh, lost the footprints. Where's the footprints? There they are, follow the footprints. I'm sorry, that is a badly designed game.
Well, I mean, I kind of agree, but at the same time, I think we just, even with the amount of time we put into it, there was something that we were missing on a fundamental level.
I don't care. If you can't make that game enjoyable for 2 people to play, then it's not worth playing. I mean, that's just how I feel about it. Well, I get that the game should be more fun with 5 people. Sure, it should be more fun with 5 people, but it should still be fun with 2. Right?
No,
hell, the game should be fun with 1 person, but it absolutely wasn't. It's like, I never experienced the full 5 people, there were 4 classes in the monster, so I never got to sample that, so maybe I missed out on the game's shining potential. But I'm sorry, if that's where all your potential is, if all your eggs are in that basket, and anything less than an absolute full party of friends is going to make it not fun, that's not a good game. I mean, that's not a good game. That's not a well-designed game.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's truly poorly designed, but I absolutely did not enjoy my time with Evolve. It was a crushing disappointment after Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2.
See, I didn't even like the Left 4 Dead games.
But I did, so it was just... And
but
I got it on sale, so it's like, I can't even say, it's like, if I spent $60 on it, I would have wanted to take a drill to my head. So I was so angry.
I would have suffered serious buyer's remorse here.
But, so overall, I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. It's like, at least for me, on a personal level, Evolve was a 1.5. I just did not like it. You don't want to ever touch it again.
Yeah.
And... No.
I'm even gonna go. I'm gonna say this: Evolve is a 1 out of 5 stars. It is one of the worst things I've made myself play, and I know I'm coming across as a lot harsher than I usually am on this game, but I can't think of a single thing to praise it on.
No, but I can think of a lot worse games.
Well, sure, but at least other games have some element that it's like, well, the real game sucks, but at least there was this kind of cool element about it. I personally can't think of a single thing about Evolve. Now, granted,
I have played games like Gundam Crossfire, so I can say there are worse things than Evolve.
I've never played Gundam Crossfire.
No, I mean, I respect where Tim's coming from, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I can't try it and lie. I hated playing it.
I hated playing this game too.
Yeah, if Kirby's Epic Yarn, if
Kirby and the Rainbow Curse
was the best game we have covered so far, this is without doubt the worst.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it just was. And honestly, I don't think there's any more we could say about it.
No, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. If you liked Evolve, you thought it was fun, I mean, if you and your buddies enjoy playing it, please tell us why in the comments. Maybe there was an element of the game we really missed out on or horribly misrepresenting. But at least in all of it that I experienced, I've got nothing. I've got nothing good. I would not endorse this game to anybody. My time with Evolve was all the time I ever plan on spending with Evolve. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Not mutually a hit between the two of us.
No, but I mean, I hope those that you enjoy. I mean, you can at least tell us what we did wrong with the game, and kind of point out some things. Maybe even link us to some YouTube videos, so we can at least kind of see.
Yeah, what the gameplay's supposed to be like, maybe.
And we'd be happy to check those out. Any comments you have, we always love reading them. And I wanted to love it, but unfortunately, I just couldn't with this one.
I never thought I wanted to love it. I wanted to at least like it, though, but not even that. So, anyway, yeah, feel free to leave your comments down below. Tell us what you thought about Evolve. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe, as we upload new content every single Sunday. And be sure to check out our next video uploaded next week, which will finally be uploading our review of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Yeah, a long time coming. So, yeah, well, thank you guys for tuning in to Different Beat. I'm Tim.
And I'm Elizabeth.
Have a good night.